Editing our karma begins with the observation of ourselves whilst riding the crest of the wave. The moments of pain we are desperate to avoid, the ones that almost break us, and others, usually the rarer ones, the ones we live for, the ones that are said to make life worth living. The question at hand is, where are we in between these peaks and troughs? Where is our head? Where are our thoughts in between our highs and our lows, the only moments we seem to be aware of? Though children do not have adequate means of dealing with fateful karma, as soon as they become young adults, they do. The theory is that our karma, through our soul's guidance, will never lead us to challenges, commonly known as bad karma, that we cannot overcome through a spiritual approach. An approach radically different from anything usually taught, practiced, and observed in all consumer-driven societies. A genuine approach is one that rips us away from the impulsive need and greed of our mechanical ego persona, that is, the emotional buffers, the crutches on which we rely, and no longer question because everyone is doing it. If you reading these pages, or I should say now, if you listening to this podcast consider yourself a good person, and if others tease you about your generosity by calling you a bleeding heart, well, even you might have to overhaul your modus operandi, just like the rest of us self-centered folks. Even those of you who fight for a good cause or would kill for it might have to reassess your MO. If, once the laudable deeds are done, you pollute your own energy field as well as that of others, as with secondhand passive smoking, with bad moods and bristling energy. What we are talking about here is mostly not about being good Samaritan. Most of us do give to charity or help the Girl Scouts fundraise by buying their cookies. Some of us might even do volunteer work at an animal refuge or nurse the dying. Whether in a flashy way or in tiny little ways, most of us are basically kind people. But most of us also come home fuming because the boss is trying to squeeze us dry, or because we missed out on that perfect opportunity, or because our mother-in-law is at it again, or because some asshole did this or did that to us. Some people press our buttons, and some occurrences do put us in a foul mood. Once home, we slam the fridge door, bark at the dog, at the kid, at the girlfriend, or demolish an ice cream tub, a bottle of booze, or retreat behind a do not disturb sign, blissfully unaware that whatever we feel inside has permeated our energy field, our aura. It is in our energy field that our karma gets calibrated. Paul Brunton states that thoughts tend to be creative, and sooner or later it produces karmic fruit in our general environment. It is not necessary for our thoughts to translate themselves into deeds before they can become karmically effective. If they have sufficient intensity and if they are prolonged over a sufficient period, they will eventually bring appropriate results, even in external circumstances. People should be warned, he adds, that cause and effect rule in the moral realm no less than in the scientific realm. They should be trained from childhood to take this principle into their calculations. They should be made to feel responsible for setting causes into action that invite suffering or attract trouble or lead to frustrations. Obviously, Paul Brunton there was referring to children. Accidents do not happen by accident. In fact, they do not just happen. Accidents are created inside our energy field. On the one hand, they are karmic byproducts of thousands of years of karma, while on the other, they are the byproduct of however many years we have already celebrated in this lifetime. Death, setbacks, illness, meltdowns, all in their many forms, are not mere confirmations that life sucks and shit happens. These blowouts are orchestrated by our soul. They are the only ways she has to get our attention when the time has come to force us to rethink our modus operandi. Isn't it only once we are stopped dead in our tracks that we are finally willing, albeit under duress, to reassess our priorities.